Hello and welcome. My name is Joel Ibanga and I'm your real estate expert advisor. This means I seek out the best real estate deals, bring them to you so that you can take advantage and make massive return on investment. Now, a few days ago, I stumbled on a Facebook post of a young man who was talking about how average families, instead of investing their money or tying their money down in real estate, can actually use that money to start a business and generate cash flow. Well, it immediately became apparent to me that this gentleman does not understand the business side of real estate. Statistically, real estate is the most lucrative business any individual can ever venture into. And in this video, I am going to share with you the business side of real estate, specifically property flipping, where you buy a piece of land, hold it for a few months or a few years, and sell it at a huge profit. Watch this video to the end as I'm going to share with you how you can get started right away. So I'd like to go straight into discussing the business side of real estate, and in this video we are going to be talking about property flipping. What is property flipping? This is when a real estate investor buys a property usually at a low price and holds it for a short period of time before reselling it to make huge profit, usually from a reputable real estate developer and at the pre-launch price. I'm going to share with you personal examples of people who have done this that I know of and how much they've made from property flipping. Only then will you understand that real estate is the best business for passive income. So let's jump right into it. Now, let me share some real life examples so that you get a mental picture of what property flipping is. A friend of mine bought a plot of land for 400,000 naira some years back in Shongotedo. He bought one plot. So what he did was he divided the one plot into two. He built a bungalow where he stayed with his family in one of them, and he left the other half for whatever purpose he wants to use it for in the future. Now remember, his purpose for buying this land was not to flip it at all. It was just to live, to build somewhere that he will stay with his family and not pay rent. Now, after a few years, he had some financial issues. You see, his child got very sick and he needed some large amount of money to take care of this child. So what would he do? He did not have any other money saved. What he decided to do was to sell the half plot that he had reserved. This was around 5 years about 5 years after he bought that plot of land for 400,000. And guess how much he sold the half plot? He told me that he sold the half plot for 4 million naira. A land that he bought for 400,000 naira for full plot. He sold half plot for 4 million naira, and this is what he used to solve his child's healthcare problem, and before you know, he was stable. Okay, this means that the land actually grew by 20 times or 2,000% over 5 years. This brings me to the interesting part. Now imagine that this friend of mine had bought 10 plots. That is where it gets interesting, because 10 plots would have been 4 million naira and his profit would have been 80 million naira. So he would have spent 4 million naira, and at the end of the day, the value of that property would have been 80 million naira. So you see the beauty of property flipping. And guess what? He did not have to do anything on that land. All he did was build his house that he stayed in, and he just left the other one bare. He left it bare. He did not have to cultivate it. He did not have to spend money on it. He did not hire anybody to watch it. It was just there beside him. But he was generating money day after day, even without him paying attention to it. So this is just one example. Let's move to the example that I also know of in Lekki Phase 1. I was talking to one of my mentors, and he told me that he knew when a plot of land in Lekki Phase 1 was selling for 400,000 naira. And this is no joke. He said in 1997 that it was brought to his notice that Lekki Phase 1 was selling for 400,000 naira. And then it grew up to 600,000. Before he knew it, in the year 2000, Lekki Phase 1 has started selling for 1 million naira per plot. Now remember, Lekki Phase 1 back then was regarded as swamp, but some people invested. It was in the year 2000 when it became 1 million naira per plot. That is when he decided to invest. And he bought 2 plots of land in Lekki Phase 1. That was in the year 2000. Fast forward to this day, we know that a plot of land in Lekki Phase 1 within the axis that he bought is selling for nothing less than 200 million naira per plot. That is being conservative. Okay? So, he bought 2 plots and that is 400 million naira. Remember, he invested how much? He invested 2 million and his property is now worth 400 million naira. Can you beat that? Now I know it's been within the span of over 20 years. But even at that, what business can you start and just leave it and then the land will generate over 300 million naira for you? What business can you start and abandon and it will generate that kind of money for you? Now, let's also get to the interesting part. What if he bought 10 plots at 10 million? Today, we will be talking about nothing less than 2 billion naira. So you can imagine the astronomical rate that lands appreciate, and that is why property flipping is one of the most lucrative business in the world. I can tell you this, especially in developing areas where the lands are relatively cheaper. You can buy them, hold for a few years and resell them at a profit. Let's also look at a modern day example. Recently, we launched an estate about 8 months ago, that is the Tinu City, which started selling at the rate of 15 million naira. Now, the Tinu City currently, this is about over 8 months after it was launched. It is currently selling for 36 million naira. That is over 100% return on investment within just 8 months. So do you now see the value of property flipping? Starting a business has less than 20% success rate and over 80% failure rate. Meanwhile, investing in real estate has 10% risk and 90% success. As long as you invest in a legitimate property with a legitimate developer, which I always bring to you on my channel, you are safe. Your money is safe. All you need to do is invest your money and leave it for a few years and sell off for profit. At this point, I'd like to take some time to thank you for watching this video to this point. Stick around as I'm going to share more and more tips how you can get started right now, with making money. How you can start cashing out right now with property flipping. But before then, please take this time to show some love, like this video, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now, where can you start? You can start with the funds you currently have, or you can build your funds. I'm going to tell you how to build your funds from scratch. For example, if you are a medium salary earner and you don't have that bulk money to invest in real estate, how can you build your capital? How can you build your funds so that you can be able to now start investing in real estate? I'll show you all that, okay? But if you have funds to invest, let me show you where to start. Now, you can buy legitimate lands where development is just starting. Places like Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki, Mowe, and so on. All these places are just developing. And look at things that are coming up in those places, especially Ibeju-Lekki, which is now regarded as the new Lagos. The government is currently working on all the roads in Ibeju-Lekki. If you go to Ekpe has one of the best set of roads in Nigeria because all the road networks in Ekpe are done. They are ready and good to go. And wherever you have good road network, definitely development is going to come there. Remember that Ibeju-Lekki, Ekpe have been linked to the mainland. So there's free flow of traffic all the way around the city of Lagos State. So these areas are very viable areas that you can invest your money in, hold for a few months, a few years, sell off at a massive profit. Now, if you are even able to hold it for longer, the better, because the more you hold your property, the more return on investment is going to generate for you. Land is a money-making machine, believe it or not. Now you can buy from verified developers at pre-launch price. This is usually the lowest price before price increases and the momentum kicks in. So usually when real estate developers bring out a brand new property, they put it in the market at a pre-launch price, a very low rate. This is to trigger investors to come in as first buyers of the property. Once the developers have met their quota for the pre-launch price, the price immediately goes up. So you can get in at the pre-launch price and ride the profit all the way up as your property keeps making interest upon interest day in, day out, okay? You can sell off the land a few months after the launch or when you are satisfied with the profit that it has gotten, because from time to time these developers always bring out new price updates, price increase updates. So whenever the price has gotten to the benchmark that you want, you can always sell off this property, and it's easy to sell because it is land. People will always require land, even if people will always require land because there is not enough land and we are not producing more land, so people will always require lands. Okay, what if you don't have the capital to invest? How do you go about it? What if you don't have the capital to invest right now? We have the PSS, which is a property savings scheme. So for example, if you are a salary earner or you make regular income, in this scheme, what you do is you save a specific amount of money every month, and at the end of 12 months, you will get your money back plus 15% interest. So let's assume you are saving 50,000 naira per month. At the end of 12 months, you would have saved 600,000 naira. So they will return your capital to you and 15% interest on that 600,000 naira. The regular banks can never make you this kind of offer. But in the property savings scheme, you can start earning from real estate even before you begin to invest proper. Now, what is this money used for? This money is used to buy properties, build houses, resell to people, and whatever profit they've made, that is where your 15% will be coming from. And your 15% is fixed. Whether they make profit or they make loss, it will not affect your 15%, okay? Many have been able to raise funds to invest in real estate through this means, especially salary earners. We also have the real estate cashback scheme. This is where if you have a fixed deposit, a fixed amount of money, let's say you have 1 million naira, you can invest it, and at the end of 12 months, you will get your 1 million naira back plus 30% interest. So you invested 1 million, after 1 year, you're going to get 1.3 million naira. It is also good to know that your capital is 100% secure, and a lot of people have been cashing out simply by using this saving scheme. Let's assume you are an investor and you are not yet ready to commit your capital to physical real estate. You just want to put it over, turn it around, and make some quick profits within the year. Some people have invested 30 million naira and make huge return on investment. So let's assume you put 30 million naira. At the end of the year, you will get your 30 million naira back plus 30% interest, which is 10 million. So you put your money, you make 10 million naira within a year. So it depends on the capital that you have to invest, all right? But real estate, no matter how you look at it, real estate is very, very lucrative. Now, other types of real estate investment strategies also include wealth preservation, where many people acquire properties to preserve their wealth and pass it on to their children. There is also financial security, where Nigerians in diaspora invest in real estate as a backup plan. Okay? There is also long-term acquisition, where you buy property and you wait for development to get there, and then you sell off at a huge return on investment. So all these are viable means you can use to invest in real estate. So you can see that the business side of real estate is absolutely lucrative. Gone are the days when people buy land simply to build a house and live there to avoid paying rent. People are now cashing out steady by investing in real estate. So I hope this is enough information for you to take action. You see, they say, to whom much is given, much is expected in return. All this information is so that you can take action and start investing in real estate. Real estate is more than just buying a land and building a house. It is a legitimate business. In fact, the most lucrative business that there is. You can always reach out to me if you have any question or if you have any comment. You can drop them down in the comment section. If this is your first time here, kindly like this video, share it, click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that every time we bring out educative content like this, you will be the first to be notified. And until next time, keep on investing.